So if you are joining, welcome to the class once again. So we are dealing with vocabulary. Here is a list of words given in the box and we are supposed to fill in the blanks. The first one, we look scornful when we see something useless. So scornful meaning indicates that treating something as useless, of no importance. Next one. You look, your workbook does not have slots. Slots is nothing but a place. Okay, in workbook, if you don't have a place, that giving a place is called a slot. Why do you always dash your younger brother's statement? Dispute. Answer is dispute. Dispute means go with contradiction. Again, talking against. The commander ordered to the soldiers open fire. The commander loftily, ordered loftily. What is the meaning of loftily? In a superior way. Because he is a commander, as his superior, he will be commanding loftily. That meaning is in a superior way. All the boys dashed when they saw a snake in their classroom. Screamed, make a loud cry. Okay, screamed is to make a loud cry. I repeat the answers once again. We look scornful when we see something useless, and your workbook does not have slots. Why do you always dispute your younger brother's statement? The commander ordered loftily, and all the boys screamed, made a loud cry when they see a snake in the classroom. Okay, now pick out the opposites for the following words from the story and use them in your own sentence. So, serious. What is the opposite for serious, or what is the antonym for serious? Funny. You can write it as funny. And you can make a statement that, okay, my brother is a funny person. Or I see many, or I see funny incidents in my day-to-day life. Or you can also say that some programs are very funny. So serious, the opposite word is funny. Sentence you can write as he's a funny boy, or I watch funny programs, or I have seen a funny incident today. It's left to your choice, whatever you write. Okay, so serious is funny. Scared. What do you mean by scared? Scared meaning is something which is very rare. Like for example, platinum is a scarce material, metal. You cannot find it very easily. Scarce. Good words are very scarce. We don't find good words more often. So scarce means very rare. Okay. Scarcely I take tea means very rarely I take tea. Okay. Nowadays, water has become scarce. Water has become scarce. I mean, water is not present in plenty amounts. Okay, the groundwater levels are decreasing, and the quantity of water is decreasing. So water has become very scarce. Okay, and even human relations are even scarce nowadays. There is no good relation between family members. Scarce. So scarce opposite will be plenty. Plenty means which is present in abundant, or which is present in more amounts. Okay. We hope that there will be plenty of trees planted in our region. Or other thing is that I want plenty of water, or we should drink plenty of water to stay healthy. Okay, so scarce opposite is plenty. Third one, idle. Idle means a person who sits without doing any work. In fact, you can say lazy also. So the opposite of idle will be busy or active. Example we will give now. Uh, we are busy with our projects, or we are busy with our classes. Okay, students are busy with their classes. Parents tell us don't idle your time. I mean, don't idle your time means don't waste your time by just passing it without doing anything. So the opposite of idle is busy. Ants are very busy. Honeybees are very busy. Okay, in preparing the honey. Students are busy in attending online classes. Teachers are busy in preparing for classes. Okay, so idle is lazy and opposite is busy or active. And the fourth word, agree. What is agree? Agree means listening to someone who is giving a statement. Okay, for example, I'll tell you now. Teacher made a statement. Okay, Rohit is a good boy. If you accept it, it is agree. If you don't accept it, it is disagree. The meaning of that will be disagree or even scorn. SCORN. Even you can write as scorn. Opposite word is scorn. Okay. Sentence will be never scorn others. I mean, never believe other people. Okay. Or you can say agree, you can write a disagree. Most of you disagree with the statement given by some people. Okay. Agree is to accept and the opposite is disagree. Now create. Create is what? Create means to produce something new and the opposite will be destroy. Other word you can write as blank out also. Okay, it is very easy to destroy the things, but it is very difficult to create the things. Okay, creation is more difficult when compared with destruction. Now if I want to destroy a tree, I just take an axe and hack it. Hack means narakadam. Okay, but to create a tree, to plant a tree and to make it as a big one, it takes a lot of time. So create opposite word is destroy. We should not destroy public property, or we should not destroy our mother nature, or we should not destroy, okay, what you can say, plants. Clear? So knowingly. Knowingly means with your notice. Opposite word is unknowingly. Or in the textbook you have nonchalantly. Nonchalantly. That is, she was nonchalant for his offense. Okay. The opposite word will be nonchalantly or unknowingly. Unknowingly, I have placed my foot on a snake. Unknowingly. Unknowingly, we should not commit, I mean unknowingly I have committed a mistake. So knowingly, unknowingly, the other word will be nonchalantly. Okay, so let's go further. Now look at the underlined words in the following sentences taken from the text. He was a round little man with a red face. So here, round is adjective, little is adjective, and they are describing the man. Okay, two words are used at the same time. As you can see, there are two adjectives that precede the noun. Precede means before, succeed means after. Now, before man, round word is there, little is there. They are preceding, coming before the noun. Okay, the adjective round and little appear in a certain order. The adjective little refers to size, whereas round refers to shape. Round is a shape and little is of a size. Now think of two adjectives of size and shape for the following object and put them before. Pencil. What can you write? You can write as small rectangular table. Small rectangular table. Or you can, for the second one, you can write it as, what can you write for second one? Tiny spiral pencil. Tiny or big spiral pencil. For the room, large square room. Large square room. Tiny circular chapati or small circular chapati, and big round cat. Big round cat. I repeat the answers. Small rectangular table, tiny spiral pencil, huge square room, tiny round chapati, and you can say big round cat. Either of the things you can write in the blanks. Now read the sentences taken from the text. He had he added loftily, pronouncing the word carefully centuries ago. In the sentence, words carefully and loftily are adverb of manners because they tell us how an action is done. Now, what is adverb? Adverb is a word which qualifies a verb or other adverb. For example, I write. I write. How do I write? I write neatly. Okay. I write neatly. Or she reads carefully. She reads carefully. He walks cautiously. All these things are called as adverbs. What are adverbs? Adverbs are the words which qualify a verb or which will be adding extra meaning to a verb. Okay. For example, she is singing or he is singing. How is he singing? Melodiously or sweetly or nicely. Okay. The teacher is teaching. How is the teacher teaching? The teacher is teaching well. How is he teaching? Well. Or the teacher is teaching excellently or brilliantly. Mostly any word which qualifies a verb or which will be adding extra meaning to the verb, they will be considered as adverb. Okay. And when they talk about how the action is done, they are called as adverb of manners. Okay. Right. Now pick out some verbs from verbs and adverbs that you can that go with them from the story or else use them in your not only from the story, even from other things also you can take. So the first one, okay, just a minute. Okay, now you are supposed to pick out some verbs and you have to add the adverb. For example, I will tell you. Okay, Jadeja bowled. Bowled is a verb. How did he bowl? He bowled fast. Never use the word fastly. For fast, the adverb is fast only. She wrote fast. She wrote fast. Sachin hit the ball hardly. Sachin hit the ball hardly. How did he hit? Hardly. Similarly, the bird flew. The bird flew swiftly. Swiftly means very fast, quickly. Okay. Or I completed my test quickly. Quickly, fast. Okay. Hardly, all these things are called as adverbs. What are adverbs? Adverbs are the words which are added to the verb to make the meaning more precise or more clear, or they qualify an adverb, they add extra meaning to the verb. For example, the children are listening to the class now. Present example. Now you all people are there in front of me or on your mobile screen. The children are listening to my class carefully. How are you listening? Carefully. Listening is the verb and carefully is the adverb. So you have to fill in these things. Okay. Clear? Now whatever I said, you please fill it in the blanks. Now look at the adverbs given in the box and fill in the blanks. We all dash when we don't have any anxiety. How do we behave? We all behave differently. Okay, the answer is differently. So differently is the answer. Second one, I dash forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. I completely forgot about it. Third one, okay. Third one will be the report must be read dash only when the action will be taken. The report must be read carefully. The report must be read carefully. Carefully. How the report must be read carefully? I forgot. Forgot is the verb. Okay. What is the adverb? I completely forgot. We all behave. Behave is a verb. How do we all behave? Differently. The teacher shook her head when her student lied to her. The teacher shook her head nonchalantly. Nonchalantly when the student lied to her. The two teams played. What is the other word? Awfully, painfully. Awfully means painfully. So these are the words. I will repeat the answers differently. First one, okay, completely. Second one, must be read carefully. Teacher shook her head nonchalantly, and the two teams played awfully. Right? Let us go to the next bit. Okay? Right. Read the sentences and notice the underlined parts in each sentence. They turned the pages which were yellow and crinkly. It was awfully funny to read words that stood still instead of moving the way they were supposed to on a screen. Now, what according to you is the function of the underlined clause? Now, what do you mean by clause and phrase? Let me give you a clarity. A phrase is a combination of words which doesn't have a subject, okay, and it gives only a half meaning, but not the complete meaning. For example, on the table. On the table means something is there on the table, but the clear meaning is not conveyed. What is clause? Clause is a combination of words which has a subject and a verb and which can stand independently. Clause is a combination of words which has a subject verb agreement. A subject will be present, a verb will be present, and it is a part of a sentence. It gives a clear meaning, whereas phrase gives only a half meaning. Okay. Now, a relative clause gives extra information or identifies a person, place, or a thing. It normally begins with a relative pronoun. What are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are who, whom, when, where, that, all these things, which they show a relation. Relative means showing a relation. It functions like an adjective. It is known as adjective clause. Now, read the following sentences. The part Margie hated most was the slot where she had to put homework. Where is a relative pronoun, and from here to here, this is a relative clause. Okay, this is called as a relative clause. Similarly, this is the old kind of book, okay, that they had 100 years of ago. That is a relative pronoun, and from here to here it is relative clause. My mother says a teacher has to be adjusted to fit the mind of every boy and girl it teaches, and that each kid has to be taught differently. Here, that is the relative pronoun. Now, we have to write the sentences by using the relative pronoun. We have to join them. Okay. Fine. Mahi always tells funny stories. We all like them. So, what is the answer? Mahi always tells funny stories which we like. Or we all like. Okay. Mahi always tells funny story which we all like. None of them again. Please write the sentence. Mahi always tells funny stories which we like. Second one. Dolly ate all the biscuits. I brought them for Chindu. Dolly ate all the biscuits that I brought for Chindu, or which I brought for Chindu. Anyway, you can write. Dolly ate all the biscuits which I brought for Chindu. An old man visited us last night. He is my grandfather. An old man who visited us last night. Or the old man who visited us last night is my grandfather. An old man who visited us. Okay, an old man who visited us last night is my grandfather. We should remember the place we often used to meet. So answer will be, we should remember the place where we used to meet often. Where we used to meet often. Okay, where we used to meet often. We should remember the place where we used to meet often. Where we used to meet often. Divija gave me a camera. It was not working. The camera which was given by Divija. Okay, or you can write as the camera which was given by Divija is not working. Or Divija gave me a camera which was not working. Or the camera that was given by Divija is not working. Any of the ways you can write. The camera which was given by Divija was not working. The camera which was given by Divija was not working. Or the camera that was given by Divija is not working or was not working. Okay, so it is time up. So for today, we will try to close the class. Hope you have understood the textual grammar exercises. If at all, if you feel that you did not understand any bit, please post a message in the class group. I am going to clarify your doubt. Okay, we have finished first, second, and third. Fourth bit we shall see in tomorrow's class. Thank you very much for your patience in listening.